What if your morning started with opening your eyes not to an alarm clock, but to the sound of the ocean brushing against your private terrace, sunlight slipping past gold-tinted curtains, and a ceiling so high it feels more like a cathedral than a bedroom? This isn't a dream. This is what waking up looks like inside a hotel room that costs more than most people's annual salary. One night, one bed, one morning, for $100,000. Now pause for a second and really let that sink in. While most of us book a hotel by filtering for free breakfast or close to the airport, there's a hidden world of suites so outrageously priced, they make five-star hotels feel ordinary. For the ultra-wealthy, this is their morning reality. So what does it actually feel like to live that reality, even just for a night? Let's step inside. The first thing you notice isn't just the size, though these suites are often bigger than entire houses. It's the silence, the kind of quiet that money can buy. No traffic, no noisy neighbors. Just you in a room where every sound has been designed. The air feels cleaner, the sheets softer, the space somehow calming, as if it's been tuned to convince you that the world outside doesn't exist. You roll over, and the bed itself is a story. Hand-stitched linens, pillows that cost more than most mattresses, and a view that's impossible to ignore. Floor-to-ceiling glass, stretching across an ocean, a skyline, or sometimes both. The kind of view that makes you forget to pick up your phone because reality itself is more mesmerizing than any screen. Within minutes, a knock at the door. But this isn't housekeeping. This is your private butler. Yes, you don't just get a room, you get a person. Someone whose entire job is to make sure that your morning unfolds exactly the way you want it to. They bring in breakfast, not from a buffet, but custom cooked by a chef who prepared it in your own private kitchen. Eggs flown in from an organic farm in France. Juice pressed from fruit that was picked just hours ago. Coffee brewed with water that has been filtered more times than you can count. Every detail is engineered for perfection. And here's where it starts to feel surreal. Because the food, it tastes good, amazing even. But at some point, you realize that no croissant, no matter how buttery, can justify this price tag. What you're paying for isn't the food, it's the feeling. The illusion of living in a world where nothing is out of reach. After breakfast, maybe you step outside onto the terrace. But this isn't just any terrace. It's bigger than most apartments, and it comes with a heated infinity pool that seems to melt into the ocean or skyline in front of you. You take a swim, not because you need to, but because you can. And as the water folds around you, there's this fleeting thought, this is mine, at least for today. Inside, every corner hides a new layer of excess. Chandeliers that drip with crystal. Art that probably costs more than an entire gallery. Technology so seamless you don't even notice it. The curtains glide open with a whisper. The lights shift to mimic natural sunlight. The thermostat knows your perfect temperature before you even adjust it. Luxury here doesn't just mean expensive. It means invisible, the comfort of not even having to think. And yet, in that perfection, something interesting happens. The human brain adapts fast. Psychologists call it the hedonic treadmill. What was breathtaking on night 1 can feel ordinary by night 3. That million-dollar view? It becomes the new wallpaper. The infinity pool? Just the place you dip your toes while checking emails. The extraordinary, over time, becomes the background noise of daily life. That's the paradox of mornings like this. They're designed to feel magical. But the magic only lasts if you experience them rarely. For those who can afford them every week, the sparkle fades, and the search for something bigger, newer, more outrageous never ends. But here's the twist. These suites aren't just about comfort. They're also about signaling. Booking a $100,000 hotel room isn't always for yourself. It's a way of saying to others, business partners, celebrities, politicians, this is my level. The suite becomes a stage, a backdrop for meetings, deals, and moments that can shift fortunes. The marble bathroom isn't just a bathroom. It's proof that you belong to a different class of the world. So while most of us look at these spaces and wonder, who needs this much luxury? The people who pay for them often see them as investments. A hotel room that costs as much as a car might be the place where a billion-dollar deal is signed over champagne at sunrise. Still, the human side lingers. Imagine lying in that bed, staring at the skyline, and realizing the quiet is almost too quiet. The space, almost too big. The perfection, almost too much. Because what we crave as humans isn't just luxury, it's meaning. And meaning doesn't always come with a price tag. That's why, even inside the most expensive suites in the world, guests still FaceTime their families. They still check Instagram. They still carry their own worries into those gold-plated bathrooms. Because no matter how much the sheets cost, you're still you when you wake up. The room can't rewrite that. And maybe that's the most fascinating part of all. On the surface, this is the ultimate morning, the best money can buy. But beneath it, it's just another morning, another sunrise, another cup of coffee. The difference is only in the wrapping. So when you hear about a $100,000 hotel room, the question isn't whether it's worth it. Because worth depends on what you're chasing. Comfort? Status? Escape? Validation? The real question is simpler. If you had that kind of money, what would you buy with it? Would you spend it on a single morning designed to feel unforgettable? Or would you use it to create mornings that matter? Not just for you, but maybe for others too. Because in the end, no matter how expensive the sheets, how rare the view, or how perfect the breakfast, every morning comes with the same choice. Live it for yourself, or live it for something bigger. And that's a decision no hotel room can make for you.